Hey guys, it's your friend Gare, and I'm back to do another video for you today. And today I want to talk about video game collecting goals. Now, I for one can tell you guys, I've had many collecting goals over the last several years since I've been doing this. And I don't know if that's just because I have ADD so bad that I can't ever focus on like one set thing, I'm just all over the place. Or if that's really common amongst other gamers. So I kind of want to just get a discussion going about this. Kind of talk to you guys about the collecting goals that I've had in the past, what I'm working on right now, and kind of what I'm looking at in the future, and then try to get some input from you guys as well. Now, real quick before we get into the video, I was going through some of my comments the other day, and I saw an older one where there was one guy who said he wanted to watch my video, but my table was so wobbly, he couldn't stand it, it drove him crazy, he had to shut the video off. So, if you're watching this video, I got a little surprise for you, buddy, okay? You ready? You ready? Alright, here we go. See, okay, watch the table. See that? You like the wobbles? You like the wobbles? You like that? Okay, I'm sorry you guys had to see that. I apologize. That got a little carried away. But I got out of my system, so I think we're good to go now. Okay, so as far as my collecting history, if any of you guys have been watching me for a while, I've kind of talked about this in the past before. But when I first really kind of got into collecting about 4 or 5 years ago, I was still in the Army at the time, so I was kind of poor. I didn't have a lot of disposable income. I was really busy. You know, I was working 12-hour shifts, 5-6 days a week, going to the field a lot, yada, yada, yada. So there wasn't a lot of time and money to do it. So it was really simple. I was only collecting for really my 2 favorite franchises at the time, and that was The Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy, but more specifically Final Fantasy VII, which, as you guys probably know, I'm obsessed with that series, so yeah, it was really simple, and at that time, you know, collecting hadn't really blown up the way that it has now, so I could get stuff for really cheap back then, and it was really fun. So once I got out of the Army, I got back to back to Missouri. You know, I got a better job where I was making more money. I had some more disposable income, and about the same time, I started discovering a lot of channels on YouTube that talked about video games in general, and then I ran into channels where, you know, like CJR and them kind of guys where they showed their video game pickups, their collections, and that's when I kind of started going crazy with it. You know, I saw these guys with there's huge game rooms just full of games. They were getting tons of these great deals, and that's what I wanted to do, and I got really into it. So, you know, I started going to garage sales, and again, I just lost my mind. At that point, I kind of decided I wanted to have the biggest, grandest, hugest, stupidest, just insane gaming collection that I could possibly get. I wanted, you know, every game, every system, regardless if I liked it or not, I didn't really care. I just wanted to get as many things as possible. So that went on for probably about a year or two. I spent just a stupid amount of money. I mean, I blew through much more money than I was making, buying all this, I don't want to call it crap, but I did. I accumulated a lot of crap in my game room. And as you guys know, my game room is not that big, so it filled up really quickly. It's still a mess in here. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, as we'll kind of get into in a minute. But yeah, it just got really out of control. So after a while, you know, I kind of took things into perspective and decided that's not the kind of collection that I want to have. You know, when people look at my game room, when people see my channel and my videos, I don't want them to know me for, you know, the guy that's just got this huge, crazy collection. You know, he's got a lot of good things, but then he's also got all this filler crap that nobody really cares about. And I just, like I said, I really didn't want to be that kind of person. So I decided to downsize, get rid of all the junk I knew I was never going to play, the stuff I really didn't give a crap about, and just got rid of it. That way, I could take that money that I made from that and really focus on the things that I want to collect and, you know, be known for and just have in my collection to look at. So that was more recently. Now up to the point where I've really narrowed down what I want to collect for, and still my ADHD kicks in. You know, one week it's one thing, and then the next week it's something a little bit different, but it's a lot more narrow and focused than it used to be in the past. So, you know, if you guys have been watching my collection videos for a while, or my pickup videos for a while, the thing I've been really focusing on probably the last, I'd say about a year, is my handheld collection. I don't know what it is about the handhelds. I've just got this really weird fascination and obsession with them. You know, I owned the Game Boy way back in the day. I loved it. But the thing I think that I really fell in love with was the Game Boy Advance. You know, I got it when it was still new. I absolutely loved it. There was a ton of great games for it. And now that there's, there's all these different variants you can get, there's different colors, special editions, and stuff like that, not only for the Game Boy Advance, but like every other handheld system that there is. I just think it's really cool, and it's really fun to collect for. It's kind of cool to discover the kinds that I never knew about. There's just tons of them out there. Like, it seems like every day I'm learning about new ones that I just had no clue about. So it's really fun to collect for, and that's what I'm really focusing on. But if I see a good deal somewhere, I'll still pick it up. I'm still trying to get all the. I'm obsessed with RPGs, especially for the original PlayStation. So I'm definitely trying to get those. Same with the PS2. I'm still a huge GameCube fanatic, so there's still a ton of stuff I want to get for that. Eventually, I want to get all the GameCube, the different systems with all the different colors and things like that. Some of the peripherals. There's still a ton of stuff I want to collect for, but like I said, it's a lot more focused nowadays. So I'm not spending nearly as much money as I used to, and the game room's not going to overflood like it once was, which was it's still ridiculous, but it's not as bad as it used to be. So as far as the future goes, it's really hard to say because, like I said, I'm kind of a nutcase. I've got ADHD so bad that, like I said, I can't focus on one thing. I'm all over the place. Like one thing here this week, another thing the next week. So it's really hard to say. But again, I really do want to complete my handheld collection. Eventually, try to get all the Game Boys, PSPs, DSs, 3DSs, you name it. Try to get all those complete in box. Again, all the colored N64s, GameCubes, and things like that. And I'm sure it's going to change. I'm sure, maybe 6 months, a year down the road, I'm going to really focus on something else. It's really, really hard to tell, especially with the video game collecting market being the way it is. You guys know it's really hard. It's really expensive now because it's such a hot commodity. But anyways, it's still a really very, very deep passion of mine, as you guys can tell. I absolutely love it. It's something I don't think I'm ever going to completely get rid of. As much as I curse about it, I cuss about the way things are, how expensive they are, I don't think it's something that's ever going to die in me, so I'll probably do this for the foreseeable future. I don't see that ever changing. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say about it, guys. I think I've rambled on for quite a bit, so I want to hear from you guys. Do a video response, or even just leave a comment below. Let me know, what your guys' collection goals are now, what they've been in the past, what your future goals are, things like that. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it, because like I said, I know I'm pretty crazy with going all over the place, but I have a feeling a lot of collectors are the same way. I've seen a lot of guys who were going for these complete collections. They decided not to, sell everything off, and kind of start over. So yeah, it would be really interesting to hear from you guys, to hear what you have to say about it. So thank you guys as always for watching. I really appreciate it. I really look forward to hearing what you guys have to say, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.